everybody, welcome to STEAM. Today we are doing a little bit of coding. We're actually working on patterns, so that's your first step in coding. You have to follow the patterns, and so we're using two different colors representing the ones and the zeros that you use in coding. So for this one, we did give away the craft supplies at the library in the week leading up to this craft. So if you got that, you should have the pack, and I'll show you what came in it and what you want to do with it. But otherwise, you just need a few items for this one. So you might have them at home, or you can get them really easily. Otherwise, you can give us a call at the library and see if we still have any more craft kits if you want to pick one up. So what came in your craft kit was 2 pipe cleaners and some beads. So you only need 2 different colors if you want to just do one of them, but there are 2 different options. So the craft kits do have 4 different colors, but what you need just to do just the one is just 8 beads of one color and 7 beads of another color. So if you have that at home, then you can just start that, and you just need a pipe cleaner, or you could even use a string if you want. But a pipe cleaner is going to stay really well, so that's why we did those. So what we're making today is an earthworm coding craft from 6bloom.com. And so what we're doing is we're just following these patterns, and we're going to make our own little earthworm. So I'm going to start with the blue, and I'll just show you one today, and you guys can do more than one if you want. So I'm going to start with the blue, and you can always cut it shorter too. And I'm going to use the pink beads and the white beads. But we've also got, I put in some red and blue, so you can mix and match if you wanted to do different colors together. But in this pattern, because they're representing the ones and zeros of coding, we just use 2 colors. So you won't use more than 2 colors together. Alright, so in mine I'm going to use pinks being the oranges and whites being the yellows, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because I think I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. So they don't have to be the same color. I'm going to switch mine. As long as you know which represents which, then you're good, and you can just follow the pattern. So you want to practice following the pattern. That's what we're doing here. So we're just working on a pattern. So you want to start by making a little head for your worm. You can make it kind of big and just wrap that pipe cleaner around so it stays together. And you've got a little head for your worm. And then you want to follow the pattern. So if this is the head, I'm going to start with this bead, and it's going to go all the way down and end at the head. Alright, so I'm just going to use this pattern here. So my pink is going to represent orange, so I'm going to switch pink for orange, or orange for pink, and then my yellows I'm going to use white instead. So I made my little head, and I'm ready to start putting my beads on, so I'm going to start from the one closest to the head. So I'm going to use a pink for that, so it's going to go pink, and then white for yellow, and then pink. So this one's got an alternating pattern, so you want to do every other one. So if you look at your other little worm sample, it looks like they have 1 and then 2, 2, 2, 2. So they've got 2 of each alternating that way. So whatever way you want to do it, you can do 1 of each if you want, and that's why we included the 2 pipe cleaners and the 2 sets of beads. So you can do it every other one, or you can do 2 of each, or if you want, you can make your own pattern. So that's your next step. If you have finished both of these, or if you want to just do one for practice and try a different one, then you can make your own pattern. So you want the 2 color beads, you'd want to draw your pattern, and then with 8 beads of one color and 7 of the other, and then follow your pattern along on your little worm. And that way you can get some extra practice. So this one I got my little worm. Here's this little head, and it follows the bead pattern like this. we're going to cut off the end. And then I'm going to make it a little tail. So I'm just going to turn it back in and then go back into the bead again so that it stays big. So make sure it's kind of big just so your bead doesn't come out. So I put a little loop at the end just so my bead's not going to come off of there. And now I've got my little worm, and it's going to match up to this little worm here. So you can see the pink, white, 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 and pink. And we ended there. And that's how my little worm goes. So we practiced our coding, which our first step to coding is just making a pattern. So we're making a pattern here, and then you can try this one too, or you can make your own pattern with this one. Alright, thank you guys. I hope you have fun with this one. Pattern making is kind of fun, and if you wanted to, you could even make it instead a bracelet. So you could make it so that it wrapped all the way around your wrist and tied around instead of making a little worm. So that's up to you, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I'll see you next week. Bye!